talk about having a solid foundation for long-term results with exercise, we're let me start with this. If you go into a relationship with exercise with weight loss as the meters, the measuring stick, I'm telling you right now, not a good foundation for a relationship with exercise. Because this is what happens. Two things happen. You either lose the weight, and then with that goes your motivation to exercise, right? You start to rest on your laurels. Or you don't lose the weight fast enough, and with that goes the motivation to exercise. So getting into a relationship with exercise with weight loss as your foundation, not a good foundation, okay? So a solid foundation is a physical foundation, and that is the ability to do a few movements and master them, really. It's the ability to squat, and squat well with good technique, pain-free, full range of motion. The ability to lunge, single leg strength and balance, full range of motion, pain-free. The ability to bend, moving mostly from your hips with a straight back. The ability to push at all angles, pull at all angles, and push and pull with one limit at a time while having rotational stability, so twist. We need to be able to do these 6 movement categories pain-free, and when you can do them pain-free and you have full range of motion, now you have a solid foundation for living an active life long-term and benefiting from strength training in a way that's gonna support you living an active life long-term. So that's your physical foundation. If you don't feel good moving because you're tight or you have pain, then your foundation is a little more rocky, because it doesn't matter how strong you are. Okay? If you don't feel good moving, you're not going to want to exercise. If it takes you a half an hour to warm up and finally feel good, you're not going to want to get off the couch. That's a huge obstacle in your way for being consistent long term. So the first thing is having a solid foundation for living an active life long term is the ability to do those 6 movement categories I mentioned earlier, pain-free through full range of motion. That's a solid physical foundation. Now, let's talk about the mental aspect, because your relationship with exercise is another term you hear me speak about. I speak about a lot. So your physical foundation is what I mentioned earlier. Now, your mental and emotional foundation, what's going to keep you consistent and keep you choosing exercise day after day, month after month, year after year. The thing that's going to have you be someone who wants to exercise, someone who seeks, where can I get some exercise in today? Not, oh, I'm too busy to do this. No, where can I get some movement in? Because we know our bodies require movement to live an optimal life. So your relationship with exercise is foundational to you being consistent with it long term. Okay, so your physical foundation, the ability to move pain-free and move well, is important. That's essential. Now, what's going to keep you moving long term is the way you think and feel about exercise, and that is your relationship with exercise. So, what is exercise to you? What 3 words come to mind when you hear the word exercise? For a lot of people, I've done this in presentations that I've done, and hands will go up. People will say pain, no pain, no gain. Discomfort, sweating. Some people will say, fun. Some people will say strength. Some people will say, energy. Some people will say not enough energy. Point is, exercise, in my opinion, exercise is impartial. Exercise is it's impartial. It's exercise. Now, the person, it depends how you bump up against it. That's what makes it pain or pleasure. All right? Exercise. It's here to benefit everyone who learns to use it correctly. Now, your relationship with exercise, that comes from within you, based on your past experiences, and based on the approaches that you've taken over the years, depending on, what approaches you've taken, who you've learned from, what environments you've put yourself in when it comes to you becoming a better exerciser. So, at Xelf, what we do is we really focus on building people's foundation, their physical foundation, and at the same time empowering them to view exercise as something that is going to benefit their life today, tomorrow, and for the long term in the future. And it just happens that we do it in a way where the cost, because there's a cost to everything in life, the benefit just outweighs the cost every time for them. And when it's like that for you, you are beginning to have a powerful, superior relationship with exercise.